Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. It's Sims of Amy and I'm super excited to be back with part 2 of my Santorini-inspired build. If you've missed part 1, don't worry, I've got the link down below for you to catch up on. And if you have already watched this, you're definitely going to see that I've added a ton of debug rocks and trees. I really wanted to bring this town to life before we dive into today's speed build. So let's talk about what we're gonna do today. In the town center where this kind of swimming pool area is, I really wanted it to be like the ultimate tourist hotspot for your Sims. And yeah, I'm going to be adding in like a little cafe, which is going to be slightly tacky. There's going to be a really tacky tourist shop. I'm going to do a little public toilet and shower room because there is a swimming pool here. Your Sims can then shower in this area. And then I'm going to add in a little tiny home just for one Sim. And then a restaurant, which also ends up kind of being kind of tacky. I don't know. It's just tacky town. When I did Google some information about Santorini, it's supposed to be like a luxurious, like a boutique-y, lovely hotel area. And the stuff I've made is a little bit tacky. I was just thinking in my mind, I want it to be like a tourist trap area, like everything's kind of overpriced but slightly run down, and yeah. Well, it'll be fine. You'll see what happens. So I did want to say, before we start with the proper build, I really want to hear from you. If there's any specific type of build you'd love to see in this town, let me know in the comments below, because there are still plenty of empty houses and I'd love to incorporate your ideas into the next phase of this build. So then in part 3, I'll be showing off the completed town. And when I say completed, I mean like all the houses will have windows and doors, though not every house will be fully furnished. But don't worry. If you download this build from the gallery, you'll have the freedom to decorate the interiors however you would like. I will try and put staircases into most of the buildings as well, so you just literally have to then go in and decorate everything. Okay, and also I just wanted to say that if you've got the new businesses and hobbies pack, this could be a really great build for you, because there are so many houses. You could add in a new business into every single place and just hop around the little tiny houses and have a lot of fun with it. Right, anyway, let's get on with the build. And yeah, what am I doing right now? So this is the cafe that I'm going to be working on. It's blue and white, and if I'm laughing a lot, it's because this build is making me a little bit crazy. This morning I spent maybe about 2 hours decorating this, but the game was like, nah mate, and it closed itself down and I didn't save. So yeah, I already spent a few hours building this, and then it didn't save, and then yeah, now I'm crazy. This has got way too many buildings in it. It's insane, and I'm losing my mind. But I don't mind. I don't mind that I don't have a mind. I'm just really determined to get this build looking amazing, so that when you download it, you can just have a lot of fun with it. This is going to be CC free, and if you're new to my videos, you will know, well, you won't know if you're new, but if you've already watched some, you'll know that I don't actually have all of the packs. So yeah, if my builds look a little bit samey when I'm doing a CC free build, it's because I've only got so many build and buy things to play with. I don't really have everything, so yeah, Anyway, with this build, I am trying to make this not pristine looking. I know Santorini is supposed to be kind of luxurious and for maybe the upper class to visit. But I want this to be not run down. I just wanted it to look alive and lived in. So that's why I've added quite a few of the cracks from, I think it's the werewolf pack and maybe the vampire one. You get like these little wall cracks and like floor cracks, and yeah, I've added in them quite a few places, on the outside of the building, on the inside of the building, on the floor, and also on the roof, just because we need a lot of cracks everywhere, because if this is in a hot country, I think the sun does damage the buildings quite a bit. Also time, damages buildings. It's the time and sun. So I really wanted to make this look as lived in as possible. And also, yeah, this is my little tiny cafe. I'm going into some of the pre-made buildings. Well, not buildings, rooms. I don't think they're called pre-made ones. I don't know what they're called, but the pre-made rooms. If you are new to building, this is a really great way to get all the clutter you want for a specific type of room. So I went into like the pre-made cafe room and then grabbed a bunch of clutter from that. It just saved me from going into my own clutter, which is cluttered up with custom content. I've got so much custom content. It's all from the CurseForge website. I really recommend that website. If you haven't got any custom content, go to the CurseForge website. You will not regret it. Yeah, so those pre-made rooms, you can grab a lot of clutter very easily, and then obviously you can mix and match things. You can just go through some of the other pre-made rooms and find bits and pieces you like and then shove it in, which is what I've done. Oh, I found these tassels. I think I put in a cheat to get these up. Like, I think the cheat was bb.show hidden objects, and those tassels are from the For Rent pack, I think, and I just thought they looked really cute hanging up there, and also a little bit tacky. This is definitely not a high-end cafe, and I think Santorini probably does have a lot of high-end places for those luxury people to go visit. But yeah, this is my little, it's not super tacky, but it's definitely not high-end. But it's fine. It looks cute. It's definitely doing what I wanted to do. And as you can see, this cafe is very tiny. There's not a lot of spaces to put stuff in there. So we do have seating inside and outside. And also, nearby the cafe, I will add in that public kind of toilet shower room. So if your sim is working in the cafe, they can just hop over next door to the toilet if they need it, and then go back to work very quickly. Yeah, look at that little boat in there. That's Debug. That's cute, isn't it? I think that's from the For Rent pack again. They've got a lot of cool stuff in the For Rent pack. Yeah, also talking about the For Rent pack, there's so many like plant pots. They're all empty and just filled with soil, but if you go into Debug, you can get a lot of plant pots and you can just size them down, and then they look really cool. It just gives you more kind of planty options. Right, I think with this cafe I'm almost done. I didn't want to like fill it out too much, because if you do have a lot more packs than me, you can go in and kind of spruce up this cafe however you want to. If you're thinking like, Amy, what have you done there? That looks ridiculous. You need to change that right now. This would look much better. You can do that. You can do that. Download this and do that yourself. Make it look much better than this. Yeah, so yeah, one little tiny cafe. Voila, it is beautiful. It is white and it is blue and it is slightly tacky. Right, and we're moving over to the next place. We have a little pink building and a little yellow one. The yellow one is going to be the public bathroom, shower room kind of thing. I do add on quite a few windows to that, which if this was a real life bathroom, I don't think I would be very happy to use this. If it's got loads and loads of windows and no curtains, I would hate using this in real life. But it's fine, it's not real life. This is The Sims. They don't mind. Well, they do mind actually. They get angry if you walk into them and they're like in the shower and you're like, hey, they get very angry. But who cares? Yeah, no one cares. Right, so that's going to be our little tiny shower room and a little tiny bathroom at the back. And then our pink building, which I go with kind of like green windows and doors for that one. That's going to be our tacky tourist shop. Just wait until you see it. It's weird. Because I don't have too much clutter, I was really struggling like what to put into that as a tourist shop. I'm not sure what they would sell in Santorini. Like what would they sell there? Maybe like fancy bottles of wine or cheese or like I don't know, but this shop 100% does not have any wine in it. It's gonna have weird stuff. I did use the snow globes. I think the snow globes are from maybe City Living has snow globes. So I added a bunch of snow globes in there. I was just thinking like, what would be kind of tacky to like buy from if you go on holiday? And I thought like, yeah, snow globes, that's it. That's the one we want. Yeah, so we've got our little greeny windows over there. They look lovely, don't they? I think the windows and doors I use a lot are from For Rent, the For Rent pack, and maybe, oh, what is that jungle one? Is it like Jungle Adventure or something? Where they go to the jungle. I don't know, but I'm using that a lot. I think those flowers are also from that jungle pack. Which are they look great actually. They are just what I needed for Santorini, those jungle flowers. Yeah, so we got a little sign outside. We've got a lovely little bathroom in it. Oh yeah, I did debate on making the bathroom into like one kind of giant tourist shop, but yeah, it was not going to fit. That's why I then decided to make that into just one kind of giant public bathroom. Otherwise this would have been one really weird sized tourist shop. Just one giant weird thing, because a lot of these buildings are very oddly shaped. I went in first to just get all the buildings down. I didn't care what they were for, what they would be used for. I don't know, I just put them down, and now I'm going into these buildings. I'm kind of regretting that decision, because when I was looking at some of these, when I was adding in all the plants and stuff, I was like, oh my god, this building is literally like 3 squares wide and there's nothing, you can't do anything with it. So I'm probably going to leave those really weird buildings very blank, and I'm gonna wish you good luck. if you download this and you start decorating the place, good luck with those buildings. Right, anyway, back to our tourist shop. Yeah, I wanted to make the inside, like in my mind, this was just a very kind of old, kind of run down, kind of mix and match, like yeah, well, basically tacky tourist shop. If you've ever been somewhere that's just got a lot of bits and pieces, bits and bobs, bits and bobs in places, this is it. This is the place. This is the tacky place. Your tacky sim place, and oh, I don't even know what I'm going on about anymore. It's just tacky. It just, yeah, look at it. Look at that. To be fair, it doesn't look too bad, and your Sims should be able to get in here and buy something. But if you do have like a bunch of Sims in here, like 10, that's too many. They need to get out. It's not a big shop. They need to take their turns getting in and out of here. Yeah, so like I said earlier, the stuff that I found to sell in my Takitori shop, it's a little bit odd, but some of it does actually make sense. I found sun cream, which I'm adding to the shelf now. I added sunglasses. There would definitely be overpriced and probably fake brands as well. If this was a real place, yeah, it's gonna be fake sunglasses. That sun cream is probably gonna be really overpriced as well. Here goes the snow globes. A little snow globe table is very, very cute. You should definitely make them very expensive as well. Just make everything in here extremely expensive, and that'll be really realistic. In my world, that's realistic. Yeah, so we've got our sun cream, we've got our sunglasses now going in, I think. Not yet. Oh, I also do find hats. I just put on like a bunch of hats to those shelves because those shelves are actually very, very tiny and skinny and nothing really fits on them. And that really annoyed me. So there wasn't too many options to put on there. What am I doing at the moment? Yeah, I'm just literally trying to figure out what am I gonna sell? What am I gonna sell in here? Yeah, I'm just trying to fill this out and make it look as tacky as possible. Yay! Who else goes on holiday just to go to the tacky tourist shop? Put your hand up. I can see you. Yeah, put your hand up. That's it. I am definitely one of those people who love looking inside shops whenever I go on holiday. I also really loved going to supermarkets. Like supermarkets in different countries is absolutely amazing. I love seeing what have they got. Especially when it comes to like fruit and vegetables. I'm like, what do you sell in this country? Oh my gosh, what is that? When I first came to Korea, I was like, oh my god, the amount of weird stuff they had in the supermarkets. I was really shocked. I'm still shocked now when I go and I'm like, what is this? How do I cook it? How do I eat it? And I always buy stuff I don't know what it is. I will just try my best and cook it, and I will try and Google what it is, and most of the time I do end up liking it, but sometimes I do end up buying like a lot of weird vegetables which end up being really, really bitter, and I'm like, oh no, why did I buy that? I'm never buying it again. Yeah, but it's fun. It's really fun to go to new shops and yeah, supermarkets in different countries. And if I came to this little Sims town, I'd definitely be in there buying some lovely stuff to take home with me. The little, I know those are plant spray bottles on the shelf, but I was thinking you could like pretend they're like luxury, and fake luxury, like skincare products, or like, I don't know, like hairspray or shampoo or something, and you can just, yeah, that's what I thought. Just buy my little fake luxury skincare items. I know they look like plant items, but I swear they are for your skin. Trust me. Right, what else am I trying to add in here? I'm literally just trying to find anything that will fit on that shelf at the top. Really nothing goes on it. I don't know, maybe flowers are supposed to go on there. But in my mind, I didn't want to add any like plants to this building, this little shop, just because I was planning to add a little tiny plant shop later on, like up on the hill a bit more, and I thought that would be really, really cute to have a little tiny plant shop up there. Yeah, so I'm just literally adding, yeah, look, oh my god, look how tacky that looks for those little, are they fish hanging up? Yeah, they look so cute. It looks really good. There's little flags everywhere. Nice. I really hope your Sims can come here and just go in there and buy something. That'd be really cute. Yeah, I think this is almost done. I'm just adding a few finishing touches. This is so, yeah, it's really fun to build in The Sims. I definitely spend way too much of my time doing this. But it's really, really fun. If you also are a builder and have any of your builds in the Sims 4 gallery, can you let me know in the comments? Because I love to see what other people have made as well. I'll definitely download it and I'll check it out. Right, here's our lovely A lovely tiny bathroom for the public. It's got a nice fancy door though for a public bathroom, doesn't it? Oh, I did add in a blind. Nice. Oh, and I also do delete one of those windows because this is going to be a shower section. And I think the shower is from, what is the one with where they can go skiing? Is it Snowy Escape? I added the showers from that, so hopefully they won't get too embarrassed if they use those showers in public. I did put those lockers as well into this room, so I'm thinking they might change into their swimwear there and then use the showers. Hopefully. It's been so long since I actually just played The Sims, so I can't remember if they will change their clothing at the lockers and then shower. If everyone starts getting naked, I think they might have a problem. If there's too many Sims in here, but it'll be fine. Just fight each other and it'll be fine. Right, so as you can see, this room, this little tiny shower room isn't that luxurious. But I feel like it does look used and worn in. Like, it's got some character to it. But now I'm actually looking at those pillars in there. I think I might change them to wood later in the next build. I've got so much more to do. Yeah, so this is part 2, but I wasn't going to do a part 3. I wanted to get this whole thing done in just 2 parts so I can go back into, well, if you haven't already seen it, I've been building the 4th wing war college, and I really want to do a part 4 for that. So I really wanted to do this as just a 2-part Santorini build, but it is now going to have to be a 3-part build. And hopefully the 3rd part will be up sometime this week. Oh yeah, you're probably wondering why I added that kind of like little ticket machine inside. I think it's supposed to be like a parking meter or something. I just imagined that was for, like, they had to pay to use a shower and lockers. So I added that in that little ticketing machine. And yeah, so in my imagination, the Sims would go in there, pay for a locker, pay to use the showers, and yeah, it'd be nice to use. Yeah, so here we are, just adding in some little cracks to the building to make it look a bit more worn down, a little bit more realistic, because if everything was kind of, you know, lovely and smooth and pristine, I just don't think that will look quite right. As for, I don't know, bins and post boxes, I wasn't sure where to add those. If you make this into like a rental unit, you could probably have about 6 houses, and then maybe the cafe and the shop and the restaurant, they can be like community rooms. And obviously, because there's so many buildings here, you can have a lot of community rooms in your own little private house. You don't even need to have anything in there. You could just have a bed and then some stuff. You can make your Sims use all of the community rooms, so they would actually go out and into the town and use everything. Right, so here I am. This is going to be a single Sims house, I think. Yeah, it is. And for this one, I really wanted to keep the blue and white, which is very, very famous for Santorini. I do try and do a few blue and white buildings, but then I will try and add in some other colors as well, just to make it look a bit, you know, a bit cool. Yeah, I'm adding in those lovely bushes again from the jungle pack, whatever it's called. I really have to write down the pack names. I feel like I mention them a lot and I never remember what they're called. Just the jungle one, yeah. Or the vampire one, the snowy snow one. You know what I mean. If you play The Sims, you know. I don't need to, that's all I need to say. Right, I am trying to fill in some of this dirt. Oh my god, there's actually so much dirt, like weird chunks of dirt all around the place. And I really did not want to have to like add that many plants, because when I looked at Santorini, it doesn't have plants like everywhere, but at the same time, I really don't like how that dirt just looks, well, the terrain looks in between the houses. It just, no, it's a no. It's a no from me. So I will be adding quite a lot of plants and quite a lot of debug rocks in again later. And yeah, this place is going to look very, very planty. Probably too planty for Santorini, but when I mentioned this before, this is inspired by Santorini. It doesn't have to be exactly the same as Santorini, which means I can add in lots and lots of plants, and it's going to look lovely. Right, what are we on to next? I think I'm just doing a little bit of the outside now, and then we'll go into the little tiny house. All right, here we go. So for this tiny house, it's just going to be for a single sim. There'll be a little bathroom at the back and a little kitchen, and then I just put in a lounge. It's just literally a TV, a settee, and then a single bed, which has just got like a little tiny wall to separate the bed and the settee. There's really not much space in this building, but I have done some tiny houses before. I made a little tiny speed build of this really cute, cozy yellow and white tiny house. If you haven't seen that speed build, it's very cute. I think you should watch it. That build came out really, really nicely, I thought. Anyway, if you wanted a fully furnished family home, I can do that. Normally I don't do family homes. I just stick to, I don't know, like a home for a couple or a home for just a single sim. So if you do want a family home, let me know down below in the comments, because I will then put one of those in. Because like I said, I have so many empty houses here, and I don't want to put it on the gallery with just yeah, well, there's going to be so many that are empty, and I feel like it's a little bit mean to give you something so empty. So I wouldn't mind putting in like maybe a family home, maybe another restaurant, or like a little laundrette or something. So if you do want a family home in here, that's completely done. Please let me know down below. Yeah, because otherwise there'll just be this little single home that's ready, which really isn't a lot considering how big this lot is and how many buildings there are. Just one single sim home it's a bit mean, to just give you that. Right, I think my video does cut out in a minute. I was filming for too long. I think this build was getting to about, I think like maybe 2.5 hours it took me so far to do the cafe and just some bits and pieces. But yeah, my video editor cut out, so great. You couldn't really see the end of that one. But anyway, when I do a tour for part 3, I'll show you that tiny building. Yeah, so here we are on to the next section of the build, and this will be I think it's a restaurant. Yeah, it's a restaurant. So I think, yeah, Santorini is supposed to be lovely and luxurious, but this restaurant, I suppose it's it's not super tacky, but it's not like a fully... It's not very luxurious, I suppose. It's a little bit run down. It's a little bit mix and match upstairs, especially the bathroom. The bathroom is really funky looking. And the chefy area. Oh my god, my brain. What the cooking area? The kitchen, the chef's kitchen is not very. It's not huge. I think you can only get one chef in there, and I've only got one waiter station, and yeah, so it's not a big restaurant. If you do want one larger kind of fancy restaurant, let me know in the comments again, because I can do that for you. I can do one more upscale restaurant somewhere up on the hill, and then you can have that one. Otherwise, it will just be this little one down here. I think I do add a door to the back of this place. I want the Sims to be able to get in and out of this place in two ways. But I also thought having that back door kind of makes sense, because if they're going to be taking out like some trash or whatever, then having that back door section, I can just imagine like the Sims working there will then go outside the little back door and take out all the trash, rather than using the fancy front door where all the customers will come in. And this build on the outside is also blue and white. As you'll see later, the main seating area for that restaurant is actually on the roof, which I thought, you know, would probably happen. I think a lot of places in Santorini have a lot of kind of upstairs on the roof like seating, just because it's probably really nice weather and people could get a really nice view of the town and sunset. So I put the seating on the roof, although this is The Sims, so if it gets really cold here and thunderstorms, they might die on the roof. So I did add in 2 kind of bar tables downstairs, just so there is a little bit of indoor seating. Otherwise, your Sims are probably gonna either get electrocuted in a storm or freeze to death if if the only option is outdoor seating. Okay, I am saving a lot, just because in my game this file is getting really large. If you do download this, yeah, just a fair warning, this is a really big file and it's not even half done yet. I think the price for this lot at the moment is around 500,000 simoleons, and yeah, we're nowhere near done. Most of the houses so far still don't have any like windows, doors, kind of little trees and plants around it. There's so much more to do. No. Okay, I don't regret building this. It's really fun to build a town, and if you've never tried to, I really do suggest just having a go. And if you really hate building, then just play with this one and then let me know in the comments. Maybe in part 3, just let me know how it goes, what you've been up to, what you built in it. I want to know what you've been doing with this little town. Yeah, I just really hope it's really fun for everybody. Yeah. Right, I think the kitchen is almost there. I really don't add in too much. I just wanted it to be functional rather than like super fancy with lots of clutter everywhere. And then for the outside, I did debate on doing more tacky seating, but I do make it a little bit nicer. This rug is for the front. Is it like a check-in section? You know, where the host will greet you. So that's like the host area for the restaurant. And then, yeah, there you go. There's the little hosty thing. I do remove that window just because I want to put, it's kind of like the restaurant name, I suppose. I really wanted to have that there. I thought that looked kind of fancy. Oh yeah, upstairs, it's a weird, the inside upstairs, I'm gonna, you know, put in a little toilet, which is a weird one, a little funky weird one, and then the host station will be upstairs. I don't know if that's a good idea to have the kitchen downstairs and then have all the food upstairs. Well, not food, have all the seating upstairs. I don't know if will that work well? I haven't really played with like, was it Get to Work packs? Is it Get to Work or Dine Out or something? I haven't really played with that pack too much, so I'm not sure how well the waitress or waiter will be able to get the food from downstairs to upstairs. They might just leave it somewhere on the floor. And if they do, I am sorry about that. Maybe we could put more seating outside near the pool area. Maybe that would work. Who knows? Yeah, here's my tacky little toilet. It's green. I put a green toilet in. I have never once used a green toilet in any of my games. I always make them white. But I thought if this is kind of like a hot Mediterranean country, then maybe a green toilet is is what they might have. I have been to a few like countries in the Mediterranean area when I was younger, and from my memories of where did I go? I went to Spain, I went to I've been to Italy, and I've been to Rhodes, which is actually a Greek island. And I do remember some of the toilets looking kind of funky, with a lot of patterns of tiles everywhere. So that's why the little bathroom is kind of funky with all the tiles everywhere. Yeah, and a green toilet and a blue sink. Yeah, it's interesting. I've never done that. Normally I make quite fancy ones. But I'm trying something new, and I do have a lot more builds planned in the future, where I'm going to be trying something new that I've never done before. I have this idea where I want to do a full-on like Korean style, not village, and it's not a town, but it's like maybe streets, and I want to do like a lot of like cafes. It's just because at the moment I do live in Korea, so I feel like making something like that would be really, really fun to do, and yeah, kind of easy because I know what's going on. So making that and then bringing it to The Sims will be really fun to do. Although I'm not sure whether or not to do that CC free or with a bunch of my own clutter that I've got from CurseForge, just because I'm not sure that if I do try to make a Koreatown, it's not going to be super fancy if I only use the Sims clutter collections. I feel like I would need to use a custom content just to make it look a little bit more authentic. Maybe I could do the build as CC free, and then I will go in with a bunch of clutter and spruce it up and show you the final thing. Maybe you could just have like a more of a basic kind of Koreatown, and then you can go in and design it for yourself if I do add that to the gallery later. Okay, I think the upstairs of the restaurant is getting there. It's almost done. I am adding in a few more bits and pieces to make it look a little bit more realistic. So I've got a little fire extinguisher in there, and I thought that little board is really cute. I thought that if the restaurant had any kind of drinks, recommended drinks for the customers to buy, that could be a little sign for it. This sign on the floor outside is supposed to advertise the restaurant. I'm not super keen on the position of it outside. It looks kind of, I don't know. It's not my favorite, but it's not bad. I just didn't know where else to put a restaurant sign, and I want people to know that this is a restaurant. Like literally, I'm really imagining if people are walking around here, then how are they going to know that this is a restaurant? They need some sort of sign outside. And I've got so many windows along the front, there's no way I could put the sign on the wall. So I had to put the sign on the floor, but I'm not too sure about it. Here I am trying to cover up some more terrain. I actually really like that plant. It really kind of sinks down into the soil. Well, not soil, the weird terrain areas. That really does sink down well into it. It's also quite a cheap plant as well. I think I can get it from Debug, so I can make this build a little bit cheaper. Otherwise, yeah, it's gonna be so expensive for anyone to like if you've got a sim household and you want to buy like a lot or something, this is going to be really, really expensive to do. You're just going to have to do the money cheat and give yourself like a million, simoleons, maybe 2 million would be better. Okay, I'm just adding just a few more bits and pieces. I wanted this front hostess section, or host section, to look a little bit more fancy. And I wasn't really sure what to put on this front area. Like, what does a host even have? I think I put a little jar with some coins in, and oh yeah, some menus. What else do I add? Maybe, I don't know. I was running out of ideas for this restaurant. I do add in quite a few little plant pots, just because when I did look at pictures of Santorini, they had so many of those cute kind of terracotta pots everywhere, and I just feel like that looks very kind of Mediterranean vibes if you have lots of little pots everywhere of plants. Although I really, really wish I could use custom content for this part, because I have so much custom content, especially plants. I go into the CurseForge website and just hunt. I hunt for plants. I love plants. I want them everywhere. And it kind of kills me that I only have a few to use in this build. Oh, I need more plants. Yeah, okay. Oh, yeah. So I did change the wallpaper in here. So it does look a little bit fancier downstairs now. I do kind of like that brown in there. That looks kind of cool. And the lamps on the table kind of give this a bar vibe as well, which I thought looks, yeah, I like it. And also we have tiling on the floor again, just because if this is a hot country, tiling on the floor would make this a lot cooler in the summer. And if you did hear some sort of ripping in the back just now, it is my house rabbit. She is destroying some cardboard, but at least it's not my wallpaper. Thank goodness. Oh, I had no idea rabbits really like to destroy things. Literally, if you have a house rabbit, you know what I'm talking about. They just really go for anything that's like papery or wooden. They just really, yeah, they're like, oh my god, that wallpaper looks delicious. Also wires, they love wires, so I have to have like a baby gate on my like computer room. And sometimes when she wants attention, she like rattles it. She's like, you bring me some food, human. And I'm like, no, you've had food, you're not having more. And then she'll just rattle the gate even more. Like, rabbits are really sassy. They're really sassy animals. Yeah. Anyway, sorry, I got off on a bit of a tangent there, talking about house rabbits. So this little build here, I just thought, if this is a really hot place that your Sims are walking around, they need somewhere to just like go in and chill, like in the shade. So I put in some little vending machines and some little tiny tables. I thought, like, if people are coming here on holiday on a budget and they can't afford to keep going to restaurants or cafes, then this little kind of area where they can get like a cool little drink or whatever that other one is. I don't know. I think that vending machine is from the, I don't know, like one of those quest things you got to do, and you get like a vending machine and some other weird stuff. It's one of those. Yeah, so I just thought, if your Sims are walking around, they're getting really hot, they can go into this little place and grab a cool drink and then have a little chill. Maybe they can look at the photos they've been taking on their holiday. And yeah, so this is almost done. Oh my gosh, my rabbit is really ripping stuff at the moment. I really hope you can't hear it. Please calm down. No, she's just gonna go for it now. Okay, so I do add in a few more kind of cracks into the building here, and I feel like we're almost done with this speed build part 2. Yeah, so anyway, if you made it to the end of the video, thank you so much for watching. I've just slowed down the video now, and we're just gonna zoom out slightly to see what we've got up to today. And oh yes, I just wanted to say one more time, if there's any specific build that you want in here before I make part 3 of this, please let me know down below in the comments. Say like, hey, I'd love to see a gym, or like a family home, or I don't know, like a cat cafe, anything. Just let me know in the comments what you want and I'll add that in. And then in part 3, which should be up maybe at the weekend or maybe next Monday, I'll show you your requested houses and then a final tour of the whole town. This is, yeah, it's huge. Look at, yeah, oh my gosh. And there's so much more to do. Look at it, oh my. Okay, so anyway, thank you so much for watching. If you want to leave a like or a comment or even subscribe, and I'll see you very, very soon in part 3. Or if not even sooner, in another video. Okay, bye guys. Thanks for watching.